Okay, so I thought this would be a good idea because I was listening. Sorry, I have like a burp that I'm suppressing, but anyways, I was listening to it was like snippets of the Call Me by Your Name audiobook with the Call Me by Your Name movie scenes playing over it, and like I just love the book so much. So I was like, this smacks. Plus, I need to be really mentally stimulated to fall asleep. So I just played it to fall asleep to, and I was like, so I wasn't really watching it after like the first clip, but yeah, I was just like, this smacks so much. And I don't know if this is a thing like where people like to have poetry read to them. I don't know if any of my in real life find this, they probably find it cringy. As the title states, I am reading Edgar Allen Poe poems because I just feel like this is like a cool thing to have in the background. Like, imagine you're like, I'm not the type of person that can like focus while something's playing in the background, but imagine you're like driving or you're, oh my gosh, I thought I stopped. You're doing homework or something and you're just listening to this because you like poems, right? So yeah, I don't know, I might comment on them, I might not, but yeah, it's just random poems. I haven't really read this book. Like, I read The Raven in high school. Like, I don't know, I was probably a freshman, and I was like, this smacks. So eventually, like, I got the full, like, I think it's literally all of his works. Yeah, Complete Tales and Poems. This is like, well, it's only like 1,000 pages long, but it's all of his work. I got a book of it, and I was reading through like the short fiction, and I was like, this is boring. So I just never read it, like, at all. Like, I swear I've not opened it. I opened it to find the poem about Annabelle Lee. That's it though. But anyways, okay, the first poem is The Raven. Again, I literally, like, I read The Raven, like, the book of, like, I don't know if, like, he actually made a book of poems called The Raven or if they just, like, pieced a bunch together, but yeah, I don't remember it. So I feel so weird saying it because I was watching, like, my guilty pleasure is the epic rap battles of history, and it starts off with this line. So, and I'm like feeling awkward. Okay, The Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more. Ah, distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my book's decrease of sorrow for the loss of Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stopped repeating, "'Tis some visitor entranced at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entranced at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door. That I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortals ever dared to dream before, but the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token. And, oh my gosh, how long is this? Sorry if I should not break off. Oh, this looks like, it's like a few pages. Oh, it's only like 3 pages long, sorry. And the only word there spoken was the whispered word Lenore. This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word Lenore, merely this and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard it tapping, something louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that something at my window entice. Let me see then, what there it is." and this my mystery explorer. Let my heart be still a moment in this mystery explorer. 'Tis the wind and nothing more. Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter, in there stopped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce some of these. Although I took women's literature for like a quarter, I'm in college, so like I actually like have gotten better at understanding like older English. Anyways, not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with me mine of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling. By the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore, though thy chest be shorn and shaven thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lady name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore, for we could not help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door. Bird or beast upon the sculpted bust above his chamber door, with such name as nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely on that placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather then he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master whom unmerciful disaster followed faster, till his songs once burdened bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore of nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my sad soul into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of burden bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking I betook myself to linking fancy unto fast fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing, to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining, on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamp light gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamp light gloating o'er, she shall press, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee respite and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff, this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent, or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate, yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted. Tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aden it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked, upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy break from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demons that is dreaming. The lamp light o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted, nevermore. Okay, I think that was it. Because now it says Lenore in bold. But it's making me think it's still like part of that poem. But I don't think it is. Yeah, that was really nice. It's clear to me that the bird, the raven, is Lenore, right? Because he was like, we'll call Lenore Nevermore. And he also perceives the raven saying Nevermore in the first like paragraph he's in as that being the raven's name. And yeah, it's just interesting, like, and also in the line that's like, other friends have flown before, on the morrow he will leave at me as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said nevermore. Like, that's like a pun almost. Like, he's telling the bird, like, maybe on some level he knows like this bird is Lenore's like ghost or whatever this poem is about. And then the bird is either like, you mean nevermore, or like, well, that's not gonna happen because now nevermore is here. I don't know. This poem is interesting though, and I enjoyed this. Sorry if you think it's cringy, but it was fun and will be easy to edit because I made a vlog and then I just got tired of editing it, so because I'm lazy. So that's okay though. That's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know if I should go on or if this is preferred. I have the fan in the background as like white noise, but next time I'll probably turn it off and just put like rain sounds in the background, right? Kind of fits the aesthetic. Yeah.